Morning guys, it's Andy Spooner here, Project Fit TV. Today's video is from a request on Twitter with @GenBFit. Hope you're all well guys. And she's asked if we can look at some hamstring and IT band work. So she may be struggling with a tight hamstring or IT band. I just want to quickly go into foam rolling and the benefits of it. So the idea behind it is we're trying to relieve tension that's been built up in the muscles. So when you're working out or in your everyday life, you're building up tension in your muscles, okay? So if you think of a strand of muscles and what's happening is they're slowly getting small knots in them. So if you think building a slight knot, when you then add more pressure to it, that knot's getting bigger and bigger. So with the foam roller, what we're trying to do is we're trying to relieve that knot and relieve the tension in the muscles, okay? So if we find a spot today, hopefully mine aren't too bad, but if we find a spot today, what we'll do is we'll roll out and we'll pause, release some of that tension, and then slowly move forwards and backwards, trying to relieve that tension, going to another spot, okay? We'll then take it to some stretching and try and lengthen the muscle fibers back out. I'm trying to explain this as simply as I possibly can, rather than putting too much jargon out there, and it can be quite confusing for people. Okay. Also wanted to stress with the IT band, it's very, very strong. It's one of the strongest parts of the body with regard to tension. Okay. There was a study done in America, and they got an engineer to load up both ends of the IT band, and they couldn't stretch it. Okay. So it is quite difficult, but you're looking at still working the area and relieving tension around the IT band still. Okay. So we're going to jump in and we're going to work on the foam roller to begin with the hamstrings and the IT band. Now the first position. If we just take one foot on the floor, resting the hamstring on, and as you can see I'm taking all my body weight, so my bum's off the floor, and I can feel the tension in my hamstring, and I'm just slowly rolling forwards, just above the knee, and then I'm slowly rolling back up towards my bum, and yeah, there we go, I found a spot right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause, and I'm just going to hold it, possibly 5 to 10 seconds, feel the tension, and slowly roll off it. Good. Now trying to find a new spot, so I may want to twist my foot out and work the outside of the hamstrings. Yeah, once again find a spot, so I'm going to pause for a few seconds, and then slowly roll off it. Okay, I can then turn my foot in and try and work the insides, go on again. Few seconds, just pausing on it, feeling that tension releasing, and then slowly rolling off. Okay, making sure that you get both legs, so swapping it over, resting one foot, taking the weight so your bum's off the floor, rolling out, finding a spot, few seconds holding, and then slowly releasing off. And then once again turning the foot out, finding another spot, just pause on that, and then roll off again, turn the foot in. It is kind of like trial and error. So some days you may find a spot on the inside, other days you might find it on the neutral position or your foot turned out. Find that spot, holding on it for 5 to 10 seconds and then rolling off. Okay, just going to go to the IT bands. So I'm taking my left leg off the floor and my hips off the floor as well. Making sure that I'm bracing with my opposite leg, and from here I'm just going to roll out from above the knee all the way to the bottom of the hip and then back. So once again I'm on the centre of the IT band at the minute. If I turn my toes towards the ground, I'm now going to be working the anterior side, so the front side of the IT band. Finding a spot there, 5 to 10 seconds, and then slowly rolling off. And once again, I'm just going to turn my toes to the sky, working the back side, finding a spot and holding, and then slowly rolling off. Okay, making sure that we hit both sides. Time permitting, I'm just going to pass on to the stretches. So what we're going to use today is we're going to use some strapping, and we're going to stretch out the leg. To start with, we're going to work the hamstrings. So we're going to lie flat on the floor, holding the straps. We're going to raise the leg up as high as we can and pull the straps in. keeping the leg nice and straight. If we need to, just don't bring the leg as far, but we want to make sure that we're keeping the leg nice and straight. You should feel tension all the way through the back of the leg, and mainly in the hamstrings. Good. Now from here, we want to take the leg across, keeping the back on the floor. And from here, you're going to feel it more on the outside of the leg and into the bum. Okay? Keeping the back on the floor, legs nice and flat. If you can, bring it up higher. If there's too much tension, just release it just a little bit, so take your foot further away. Hold that for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then from there, we're going to go the inside of the hamstring. Once again, keeping the back on the floor, hips on the floor, opening the leg out, and from here, feeling it on the inside of the leg. Once again, hold it for 10 to 15 seconds, bringing it back up, and from there, just lowering the leg back down. We want to then go to the other side, make sure we're stretching out both sides. Performing these twice, about 15 seconds on each one. So bring the leg up, stretching the hamstring out, taking the leg across, feeling more on the IT band and the piriformis in your bum. 15 seconds, and taking it further across, feeling it on the inside of the leg. 15 seconds, and then repeat it twice. Okay, making sure we're doing the left leg and the right leg. And then once we've done that, finish with the foam rolling, finish with the stretching. Guys, I hope this helps. Jen, if you've got any more questions for me, I'm happy to answer them, as well as everyone else. This was Project Fit TV. Have a great day.